Many times you need to adjust certain properties of only part of the picture, like adjusting hue, saturation, or even it could be a brightness or contrast. And that can be that needs to be done only for the part of the picture rather than the entire picture. And especially when you have do not have any perfect geometric shapes, where you couldn't use a rectangular marquee tool or elliptical marquee tool. So how can we do that? So that can be done using a lasso tool in Photoshop. So here is an example of the mannequin on the left where is wearing a jacket, and I wanted to improve the hue and saturation part of this jacket so that it stands out. So you can see on the right, that is the effect that I wanted to achieve. Although the effect looks subtle, but if you look closely, you will observe that jacket really stands out. The design on the detailed design on the jacket really stands out on the right. And here the jacket doesn't follow any geometric shape, so here I couldn't use any rectangular marquee tool for doing the selection. So I used a lasso tool to target the jacket selection and then improve the hue and saturation only for the jacket without impacting any other part of the picture. So let's see how can we do that inside Photoshop. So I'm inside Photoshop. Let me open an existing file of a mannequin on my machine. And what I want to do is I would like to target only this jacket of the mannequin and apply some special effects. Okay, to do that we have tools uh, like a rectangular marquee tool and a lasso tool. So lasso tool is very useful when it's a free form selection, which is in this case because the jacket is not exactly a geometric shape. So I'm going to use a lasso tool. Inside lasso tool also, if you hold down control key and click on it, we have a various tools called lasso tool, polygonal lasso tool, and magnetic lasso tool. I'm just going to select with lasso tool, which is a free form. Or you could also use, there's something called a quick selection tool, right? Let's start using that because that will quickly select the object based on the color and intonation boundaries on your screen. So let's try that first, and then we can go back to lasso tool for for fine tuning. So I'm going to select quick selection tool, and then it's a negative by default. I'm going to select a normal one. Okay, and now you can just selecting just roughly how much of object you want. Okay, and then I can quickly select this object also. So let me try selecting this object. Okay, so quick selection tool does a better job quickly if you can select a higher area. Now it has deselected certain parts which you would like to include, right? So, and then also selected some extra part. So first let's add extra part by clicking plus sign. Okay, so that means whatever object you add, it is added too much object. I'm going to do Control Z. Let's try selecting minus and let's remove that part. Okay, it's not doing a good job as well. Okay, it's doing a good job now. Okay, and let's see if we can add by clicking plus sign this part, which is it's not doing a good job. So let's turn to lasso tool for that. You can always select a combination of the tool. So I'm going to select a lasso tool and I'm just going to cover this part of the jacket which it was excluded, right? And I need to create a loop for lasso to make selection happen. Still didn't work. Let me try that. Let me select this lasso. I don't want that. Okay. It didn't work. Let me go back to the quick selection tool and see if I can still add it. I can do it slowly. Okay, and let's remove the part of it. Okay, we still need more fine tuning. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use an option called select and mask so that I can do further fine tuning. Okay, here there are various view that you can select so you can get a better view. I'm going to select, you have on black view, I'm going to select an overlay, and then you can also here there are now this opens up a completely new space, okay, where you can do fine tune your selection. There is a zoom tool also which you can use to zoom into this part. Okay, and let's now do some brushing and see if you can if you can add certain part, right? You want to add it, so let's see if you can do that. So you can see as you apply the brush, it's revealing the part which was deleted, right? So this is basically fine tuning you are doing. Okay, and then you can also go all the way to the bottom. You can select this part which was eliminated earlier. You can select this part as well, right? And you can select this part also of the jacket over here. So all looks good. Okay, once you're happy with the selection, what you need to do is we need to output this part to the existing selection, not to the new layer. So I'm going to hit select and then go back to OK. So now your selection is applied. So now what I want to do is to this selection only, I want to improve the vibrance color. So let's see how can we do that. So we go back to the image and adjustments and see vibrance and see what we can do here. So as you can see, the vibrance of the jacket is getting much better as you apply it, right? So jacket is appearing much brighter. Okay, you can do that. You can also apply brightness if you want to improve the brightness and contrast. Remember, it's getting applied only to the jacket and nothing else, right? That's the beautiful part of the selection. So let's improve the contrast as well. This looks good. And then you can apply as many effects as you want. You can do auto contrast if you want, it will apply to that selection. Okay, so now this looks good, right? Now I can export this file. Now deselect it. Now once you are done, you can deselect it. Okay, so your file is ready for export. And then you can do save as on your computer. I'm going to save it to my desktop. And you can save it as selection tools.jpg. Okay, and we are done. So let's look at the file. So this was the file. Okay, I will also show you the file before and file after so that you can look at side by side. The file before was like this. And this is the file after. So as you can see, this file where the jacket is much brighter. So this is before and this is after, right? So you can clearly see the design of the jacket on the right is popping out much more because we just adjusted the brightness of the jacket, but we did not adjust any other part of the picture, right? So the jacket looks much more prettier on the picture on the right. So that's how you use selection tools in Photoshop.